Okay, it's time to wrap up my top 5 books of the year. More than 5 because some of these are part of a series, and we'll just get into it. All right. Okay, my top, not these aren't in order in any sort of order, but starting off with one that I just read, is Throne of the Fallen. I did not realize this was like a spin-off of the Kingdom of the Wicked series, but oh my gosh, this book was so good. It was a little bit of a slow start, but once I got into it, I couldn't put it down. And it was the perfect combination of plot and spice, especially for fantasy. Sometimes if it's a little bit steamy, there can be too much spice, and then it's like, where's the plot? But it was so good, and I've already started recommending it to people. So yeah, amazing. Next up, we have Ballad of Never After. Amazingly 5 stars. Obviously, this is the second book in the series. I do recommend the whole series, but this one is the best of the series. But yeah, I read that whole series this year, and it was so amazing. Love, love, love. Definitely highly recommend, but second book syndrome was not the case for this series. It was more of a third book syndrome series, but still amazing ending, still amazing series. Love Stephanie Garber's writing, and definitely highly recommend. For those of you who don't know, this is part of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber, which if you haven't read the Caraval series, I would read after that. But again, you don't have to technically read the Caraval series to read Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I did. Okay, next up, we have the most bingeable series that I read, or am reading this year. I'm like slamming my books down again, which I did last time, and so it's probably gonna be really loud, but Magnolia Parks. This, if you like Gossip Girl, this series, okay. It's about like a group of friends who are kind of like all dating each other basically, and like toxic relationships and all that. It's so good. Oh my god. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just amazing. I read this book in like 1 day or 2 days or something, and it was so good. And now I'm reading Daisy Hates, and I know Daisy Hates is going to be 5 stars for me. I already know it. And I like Daisy Hates more than I've liked Magnolia Parks. But I'm like more than halfway through Daisy Hates right now. So that's also here as part of the list. That's why this is more than 5 books, but these two technically on the list for me. But yeah, so the Magnolia Parks series for number 3. And then for my crime and thriller fans, this was one of my all-time favorite books of the year, Murder in the Family. Oh my god. I could not sing this book's praises enough. It's so good. For those of you who don't know, it's about like a cold case murder that they kind of are doing a show about to reopen the case about a father that was killed in his garden, and it's written like a series show kind of script. But there's also, let me find a page. There's also like texts and stuff and emails and forums and evidence and stuff, and it's really good. And you basically are going to try and like solve the case before they do, because they solve it in the end. So I have like tabs where I put like what I thought the ending was and stuff like that. It's really good. Like, oh my god, so good. And if you follow my page, you know which book is next. One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. This is my top series of the year. Amazing. I read Two Twisted Crowns as an arc this year, and I had to like hold all my videos that I had for it until it came out because I loved it so much. This book does not suffer second book syndrome. This book is amazing. Better than the first one. But they're both 5 stars. They're so amazing. The magic system is like unlike any other book I've read. Basically in the book, the Kingdom of Blunder is like affected by infected magic, I guess you could say, and it follows Elspeth, who's also infected with magic, and she has a nightmare living in her head, which becomes more prevalent in book 2, and the characters really develop more in book 2, so it's really good. I can't tell you how many people I've recommended this to, because literally every time I see a video where it's like, what should I read? I'm like, One Dark Window. But yeah, those are all my top books for 2023. See you guys next year. Well, see you next time I post, but you know.